Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on our podcast, which is currently named CrossFit Garage, which it'll probably be changed to something else, but we cover all sorts of things. The basic idea is farm, fitness, and finances, building a stronger foundation for life. Weirdly, all those F's, right? Mm-hmm. Because I put it in ChatGPT and somehow it knew I liked F's, so it picked. I'm like, this is fascinating. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Coach Dani, and she has a lot of interesting stuff to say. And she's shaking her head no, but she's like, it's not a video. Yeah, you have to. And so if you're a member here, this is gonna be great, because you're gonna get to know Dani. If you're not a member and you're just thinking, hey, CrossFit's interesting, or I just want to live a better life, you're gonna hear some tips and tactics, as well as laugh. And that's kind of the point. If you can't laugh, then why bother, right? Why are we here? So on that idea, are you a glass is half empty or half full type of girl?
Totally depends on the situation.
So actually, every really good answer starts with, it depends. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's actually a beautiful answer. I tend to lean towards full, because otherwise it's just sad. Yeah.
Also true.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do this. Tell me, what was your first job you ever had?
Like a real job, or because doesn't everyone like babysit?
Well, that would count.
But my first summer job was working in a golf course bunker.
Ooh, what does that mean? So like they shot grenades at you?
It was the turn of the ninth hole, and so it was like a little mini restaurant underneath the clubhouse.
So you were like feeding
I made
irritating adults alcohol.
Burgers, hot dogs, chips, and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah. And of course, you have to be 16 to serve alcohol, so you definitely weren't 16.
No, it's 18.
Okay,
it's 18 in New York.
Okay. Actually, it might be 18.
I think it's 18 here.
It might be 18 here as well. I might have underserved, aged, not knowing the difference.
Yeah. Now my job was from like 8 to noon.
Oh, that's not
awesome.
bad. Mm-mm. I'm assuming it's a golf course. They probably paid pretty good.
Under the table.
Oh, even
cash.
better. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's a weird thing. Now that I'm a business owner and you're a business owner, so we're going to talk a little bit about that. The idea, my dad told me early on, we're both in sales. He said, don't let a small thing like your expense account dictate your morality. So they're paying you $150,000 a year and you're going to cheat on $5 lunch, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, seriously, what is that, right? Mm-hmm. But the idea of the tax man taking all sorts of money is just nuts. So think about it. I pay you. So the golf people, they pay you a W-2. That's money that they're paying you that was taxed. They give it to you. You're taxed on that. You then take that money and spend it on something which is also taxed.
Yes.
And the people who you bought from counted as revenue, which is taxed.
Correct.
I'm like, this is insane, the level of taxes. So when did you discover the whole tax spiral, which is not part of the episode at all, but...
Gosh, probably...
When they handed you cash, you're like, yes?
Yes, more or less. Because I was like, why are they handing me cash? And my dad was like, be happy they're handing you cash.
Yeah. So what valuable lessons did you learn from your dad or maybe grandparents? Because that's a valuable one right there. What's something that you think, Dad, thank you? Or Mom, or...
Valuable lesson from my parents.
It doesn't have to be super valuable. Don't think too hard. You're going for the best one, aren't you?
Something I learned?
Take cash under the table.
Well, something I learned from them in a different aspect, which they were always about saving everything.
Yes.
So,
like hoarding saving or like financial saving?
Financial saving.
Okay.
And
because the other one can be almost a disease.
Yeah. And so I do save, but I live a little bit differently of more also enjoy.
Yeah, right. No, you're right.
We didn't do.
Oh. So he saved a lot, but then...
Well, we're also a one-income family, so there wasn't a lot of money involved, but still, so it was...
It's amazing what you can do a little bit at a time, right? Paying off debts and then starting to pack it away. Yeah, the whole the Millionaire Next Door book, that's a fascinating concept of what a standard everyday run-of-the-mill millionaire would do. And it's drive a Honda Civic and have Velcro lace shoes. And not that those things would make you a millionaire, but the idea is they just cut a little bit here and there where it matters. So I'm drinking this Kirkland cold brew, and I could have bought it for $9 across the street, but you got these and put them in our refrigerator, and they're not $9, right? So so you can still enjoy it. I don't really usually drink coffee, but I do now since COVID, and I usually just make it, because if I make it, it's like 30 cents a cup. Where if I buy it, I just get straight black. So it's like, hey, it's over there. Just pour it yourself. Hey, that's $9.
Yeah.
Like, dang it.
Don't tell them how much that is, though, because then they won't buy it from the fridge.
Well, it's a convenience. That's what it is.
Okay.
So I did an episode that'll come out. Actually, this probably won't come out until like July because I got a lot of stuff in front of it. But I did one on Bitcoin and the Lightning Network. And so what does that have to do with it? I went through some of the ideas on fees for like the stuff we sell. So we sell a bottle of water for $1. But after the credit card swipe fees and all that, I think we only make 10 cents on a bottle of water. So it's not what you think. Plus, you're like, you're making a killing on water. You're like, look, we sell a case of water, that's $24. That is not a killing in any.
No.
That's just a convenience. It's for you guys. Okay. So that's a good lesson. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your fitness journey. So I know now you have incorporated your fitness life into your epidermis.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell me how you got into fitness and what did you do growing up?
Sports.
Yes. What type of sports? Don't give me one word answers.
Basketball and lacrosse. It's so weird. Basketball and lacrosse.
Yeah. And what did you play in basketball? You were the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 6?
Well,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are not really fun. And 11 and 12, you hate to be those kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mainly 1 and 2.
Okay.
And then I would play 3, 4, 5.
Oh, so everything. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine.
Even though I'm not very tall.
Well, you don't have, I mean, as long as, so.
Well, I mean, you kind of supposed to be tall.
Well, you're supposed to be accurate. So I would take I coach middle school girls basketball, and a high scoring game was like 2 to 3.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the heck? So I would take any girl that could shoot, and like, you were now on the block. But I'm only like 2 foot tall. I'm like, I don't care.
I was scrappy, so I could rebound and box out.
And that's a huge thing. I don't think people like, you must learn to dribble. Yes, but there's so many other aspects to the game. So what was your favorite position?
2.
The 2?
Shooting guard.
Shooting guard. So, that's right. 1 is dribbling, 2
One's
is
point
shooting.
guard, 2 shooting guard.
So did you swing out to like the 3-point line on the base and just crush it from there?
Sure.
You just threw it from there.
Sometimes.
I mean, Hail Mary?
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes. I watched, man, whose game was it? I don't remember. We went to a tournament. I guess it had to be Olivia. And this one girl just sat on the base at the 3-point line and just didn't even play the game. She'd just sit there with her hands up. And anytime they got it, no matter where they were, they would chuck it down there to see if she could hit 3. I'm like, that's insane. And she hit a lot of 3s. So that was not a 2 to 5 game. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So what was the other sport?
Lacrosse.
And I don't know anything about lacrosse. So what's the positions of lacrosse?
Attack, midfield, and defense, basically, in a nutshell.
And they've got some sort of like hockey thing where you can't do icing, but it's not icing. It's called something else. Like you can't have kids over the 2 middle lines or
offsides.
Offsides, so it's just offsides.
Yeah, well, in girls lacrosse, there's offsides. You have to have 4 people behind like the line, and then there's like the arc in front of the goal. Yeah. And you can't, like the defense can't just like camp out inside because it's dangerous and you don't wear helmets, you just wear goggles.
So the girls don't get helmets, they just get the goggles.
Goggles and a stick.
That's pretty awesome.
And a mouth guard.
And a mouth, because we want your teeth to be intact, but your concussion to be fully blown. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you what was the best or worst hit you ever got?
A girl actually shot at my head once.
It's the same ball? Oh my gosh, because it's like plutonium on the inside. Those things are hurtful.
Yeah,
Did you duck or did you catch it in your cabeza?
No, right in my face.
Oh, dang. Did your goggles hit it or did it get you in the...
No, because the goggles are like this high.
Did you get up and then proceed to beat her down?
No.
Did the team beat her down?
No, I then just took her out in the next play.
Okay, so see, they let you play. See, nowadays they're like, did the sun shine on your head?
No.
You must have a concussion. You should stop playing.
No, I always said girls should wear pads because I used to come home with just bruises down my arms because it's stick to body.
Yeah, and now you pay for those bruises on your back with cup therapy.
Yes.
It was funny the other day. I saw Coach Laura coaching, and she just had this like big welt. I'm like, cupping? And she's like, yeah, that's what. But yeah, all up and down. It's a leopard style or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Alex does it.
Alex, yeah. So what other sports? I know you have a lot. No, tennis, pickle. Are you into pickleball? Not into pickleball. Have you tried it yet?
Yes.
And?
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah, I always like the 2 sports we were supposed to play were basketball and baseball and or softball.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
So that was just
That was what my dad played, so that was the only thing that he knew how to help teach us.
Gotcha. Did he coach for you?
No.
No.
Just in the driveway.
Okay. Did he yell on the field?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
He almost got kicked out of a game.
Oh, nice.
Times.
I love it when parents get red carded. So as a soccer coach, if the parents got red carded, it was actually me that got red carded, and I had to leave the field. I'm like, is that what y'all wanted? So I was the dad who made refs cry and other kids cry until one dad like scooted away from me, and I was like, damn it, I think he just scooted away from me. I was like, hey, am I that guy? He's like, you have become that guy. And I was like, oh my gosh. And just like the flashback of all the idiot things I did, I'm like, I can't believe I did this. So now I'm a proponent of everyone just smile, say good job girls, because that's everybody. And when your kid gets off the field, you just say, I really liked watching you play whatever, insert sport, and then just keep going. So with all that coaching and yelling and all that, how many times did you break into a game of basketball or lacrosse?
Like now?
Yeah, never, right? It's so important, isn't it?
I played a one-on-one game with Nick a while back.
Okay.
And I beat him.
Yeah, well, you got the shoots, right? So you're like the number 2.
Yeah, he's pretty good. But
Yeah. You got him on height, probably. Me and Nick, we struggle.
I don't even know the last time I touched a lacrosse stick.
Yeah, the lacrosse ball, I know you because we roll on those all the time.
Yeah, but lacrosse stick.
Okay, so you have recently started adding some ink to the skin. Tell me about some of that.
Oh, recently?
Yeah. Maybe, look, I'm 50. If it's in the last 10 years,
okay, yes,
it's recent. Yeah, so it's all perspective. Like, Verity said something like, wasn't that last year? I'm like, honey, look, my perspective on when things happen have changed so much. It probably was last year, but it could have been 10 years ago. She's like, Ver, I don't know when it happened either.
Yeah,
but, okay,
I was probably about 12 years ago.
Oh, okay.
The first one.
Oh, then I must have missed it.
This one?
Did
my hip?
Yeah? Well, I wouldn't have seen that. You weren't here 12 years ago.
No.
All right, so describe some of them. What do we got over here on the left shoulder?
This is from my favorite musical, Wicked.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
like
that was a good
Wizard of
one.
Oz.
Yeah.
So it's Glenda and Elphaba.
Nice.
Yep, that's my favorite one.
I like
not my
it.
favorite one, but my favorite musical.
Yeah. Did you do any musicals growing up, or not allowed to? Not in the cards?
No, there was no time anyway. Too
Yeah.
much sports.
Do you regret the number of sports? Like I would have done some plays? No. Me neither. It makes it who you are, and I'm pretty happy with that. But I look at my kids and I'm like, I just tell them, I am sorry I messed up. I've never been a dad before. And
yeah, and I played club lacrosse and AAU basketball too, so it was always
that's a big time travel commitment.
Yeah,
once you get into
the east, northeast,
especially baseball down here in Georgia, is huge. Did you grow up down here?
From New York.
Oh, that's right.
So basketball. Like we would go to Canada, Pennsylvania.
Because you could beat the Canucks
Maryland.
pretty easy, right? You're like, what's basketball?
Yeah, Maryland, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Connecticut, all over the place.
Very cool. So how did you end up going from I'm doing all these sports, I go to college to get a master or a degree in geometry, mathematics with a minor in?
Coaching.
A minor in coaching? No, I didn't know that. So you is it a geometry degree or a math degree?
Math degree.
And then a focus geometry?
That was what my capstone project was.
Okay, capstones?
Yeah.
And then a minor in coaching. That I didn't know that about you. So tell me about that. What does that entail? Listening to Tony Robbins?
You're in classes that teach you about coaching.
Right.
And
what's something you learned from them? Don't yell at people? Don't call them.
No.
Don't call them names? Did they tell you the 3 Fs?
No.
They did not have the 3 Fs.
No, it was more like practice planning, and there was a weightlifting class.
Ooh.
And
their weightlifting class compared to what we do now?
Totally different. That was like bench it. Like it was like
Power
in the
lift.
weight room
Okay.
type lifting.
Yeah.
And then you had to actually like do a coaching internship or whatever, which I was already coaching at the time anyway. So it wasn't a big
What
deal,
were you
but
coaching?
I coached high school basketball and lacrosse all through college.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah. Did you crush people?
No.
Yeah. It's such a hit or miss with, was it girls or boys? Girls?
Girls.
Yeah.
So I was the JV coach for both and then the assistant varsity coach for both.
I didn't know. I assisted one time. I didn't know that you couldn't yell from the bench if the coach was already yelling from the bench.
Yes.
And I stood up.
only one can be standing up at a time.
Because I was the middle school, and then I was like, good. And he looked at me. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sitting down, and I'm never going to say another word again. No one is there wasn't a book of coaching etiquette at the time. There probably is now.
Yeah.
But.
Well, and we had to create like a whole binder, so it had to have like practice plans, plays, schedules.
Yeah.
What
were you man on man or zone type of?
Depends. Lacrosse.
Yeah. I like that. It always depends. That's the best answer.
Basketball zone.
Yeah.
Lacrosse man.
Okay, full court press or half court press or no press?
Full court press after basket.
Oh, okay, yeah. I like that. And how many times did it work? Did it work? Yeah. I always found, well, again, middle school girls, dribbling was not really in the cards. So if you did even like a light press, it basically became your ball.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Well, and if you do it after the make, they're not like set up because you're not going to try to do the quick inbound from a make. So then that's when you
Did you have any cool plays to get out of that? Like, hey, if they're full court pressing you, just throw it off her face and get a few more minutes?
No.
I had a few of those, like trick plays. Yeah. Maybe not trick, stupid. It depends. If it works, it's a trick. If it didn't, it was stupid. Yeah. But it still bought you some time. Okay, so you've been here. So actually, let's do this. How did you end up deciding CrossFit is something I want to do?
I mean, I'd heard about it and seen about it.
Yeah, on like TV or not TV,
and then
who watches TV?
And then the billboard.
You saw the billboard. No, you did not.
Yes.
You're like the second person. So that thing cost like $2,000 a month or something stupid. It wasn't that much, but it was a lot. And I'm like, okay, I've never done it. I'll just whatever. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And for 6 months, I just did a 6-month contract with them, or maybe 7. But nobody ever said they saw it. You're the second person. I think the other person must have been somebody I talked to on a podcast. So you drove by and said, hey, billboard. It must be right around here somewhere.
Yeah, because when I lived in Kennesaw, near the college, I lived right near this football stadium.
Yep.
And I would go to work on 92 down near Roswell.
Yeah.
And I'd come up.
Right by it.
And drive by that, and then drive home every day. And I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it, and I kept seeing it.
That's fascinating.
Then I had like a regular old gym membership at Anytime Fitness for like $30 a month.
Yeah, and when Anytime Fitness, how often did you get to go?
I went a lot.
Okay, so you did go anytime.
I did.
I always find that name funny.
I went like in the morning a lot, pretty religiously.
Yeah.
And then it just gets boring. So then you work out at home for a while. I did like P90X for a really long time too.
Yeah.
That was awful.
Muscle confusion. I like P90X for what it does.
Yeah.
Should I do it? It depends. Yeah.
Right. And then I finally found a Groupon.
So you did the Groupon too, which is also funny. So there's like several people who are like, I've been here for a very long time, and I did the Groupon. So you ever heard of confirmation bias? You ask enough questions, or you see the things that confirms what you already thought you knew. So if I asked you and the other people that are still here that did Groupon, you would think, oh, it really worked. We should do that. So I only get like $10 every time someone did a Groupon. And then one day, I was like, I don't think they're paying me. We're out of here. We're not doing this. And then they like send me a check for $5,000. So that's 500 people that they didn't pay me on, right?
Yeah.
And so there's 3 people still here that did Groupon. But what's the percentage? It's 500 for 3. So that's
crazy.
1%. That's not even 1%, right? I don't know. But it's very low, right, in terms of it actually working. So you are a success for that.
Yeah, because I had a Groupon. It was like, I don't know, $100 off or
right. It was something
for
crazy.
3 months, but then Groupon had a deal also on
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
They dealed on top of the deal?
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
I paid like $150 for 3 months.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's why we were about to go out of business.
Yeah.
So when we joined the mentoring thing, they're like, look, the easiest way to run your gym under the ground is to start doing discounts. I'm like, yes, I totally get it. Actually, I have a very old episode called Why Discount Gyms Are Going to Hurt You. And so we would take in like 100 people in a month, and maybe one person would stay. And we wouldn't coach anybody because there was just too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was tough. So, well, that's interesting. So, like 3 of you guys that I have found. Okay, so you did that. What was your first impression? You came in, you're like, this is stupid, or you're like, this is actually.
I knew that with my personality that if I could just get in the door and justify it,
you would do it.
I would do it.
Are you healthier now and fitter now?
100%.
Yeah. So this is the weird thing. So I'm always talking about I do live a frugal life, but it depends what your goals are. It depends. So if you're like, I just want to have money when I die, okay, well, when do you want to die? So I do, like you said, well, I want to have a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
So don't be stupid and go to the big ski trips like twice a year, right? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes just going to the lake and hanging out at the little sandy-ish beach, the clay beach, is fine.
Yeah.
But stuff like this. So my goal is I want to be healthy and fit enough to coach my kids when they're ready. What does that look like? Well, it probably involves me doing CrossFit, right? So the teeny bit of investment, right?
Well, and I would tutor, so I was tutoring then.
Oh yeah, I do remember you doing that.
So I was getting like, I don't know, anywhere between $25 and $30 like
To
a
tutor,
week.
yeah.
And so then
Like, hey, it's just fun money.
that would pay for CrossFit.
There you go. So that is something I'm very impressed with you as well. You hustle like crazy. There are not many people like you in the world that look at here's my work. I am just going to get this done. And I mean, you may think, well, doesn't everybody do that? I thought everybody did that, but not everyone.
Not everyone does
Right.
that.
And so we'll get into that, how you created your own business, which is fascinating because people, if you have the need, you should definitely hire Dani. She is beyond awesome at the stuff she does. Okay, so you said, hey, I'm gonna do this CrossFit. You got in here and you started coming. What is some of the high-low in Buffalo for you in CrossFit?
Probably high is like pull-ups.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like
of all the working out that I ever did before, never could do a pull-up.
So is it the gymnastic bit or the strength bit?
Strength.
Yeah.
And I mean, the strength first, and then the gymnastics part.
Can you do strict pull-ups?
Yes.
There you go. Can you climb the rope?
Yes.
Have you climbed the rope before? Like, was that something you could do?
In elementary school, when there was the knots on it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot they did do that with the knots because I think that might have been part of. Was that part of the presidential?
Not in New York. No, New York had that. You had to hold your chin over the bar.
That's it.
And how long? And I was like, 1.
Yeah, they'll lead it down. I did 1 second. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was eye-opening when they're like, stretch over and touch your toes, and all of us were like, I can't even my toes. Where are they? Okay, so that was a high. So what's a low for CrossFit? I like that. No lows. Her face is saying there are no lows, Andy.
Well, I don't know.
How about this? What was the biggest low when you're like, oh, I'm going to get into coaching? Was it, when am I going to work out? No.
No.
So no lows on that either. So tell me this. You decided this is a Buffalo for me. One day you're like, I'm in. What made you decide, this is pretty cool. I am going to start doing some coaching?
I didn't want to coach.
Oh, you didn't? Because you are fantastic.
No.
Well, you already have the coaching minor, so.
Jamie and Jess were
said,
like,
you should do
and
this?
they had been bugging me for a really long time.
Yeah. Well, you're very technical with it. Now that I know you have a degree in it, of course I understand why.
Well, and I didn't want to do it if I couldn't do some of the, I still couldn't do pull-ups yet, and I didn't want to coach if I couldn't.
Right. So here's the thing. If you're trying to progress to do those, hey, I'm working on my journey, and it may just take me a while, that's totally fine. But if you're like, I'm not going to ever do a clean and jerk, you probably shouldn't coach CrossFit, right?
Yeah, I just wanted to be able to show teaching more.
Right.
So then finally, in September of 2020.
Of 2020?
Is when I got my level 1.
Had you asked me, I'd be like, I think it was last year, but it might have been 5 years ago. So it's 3-ish
I've been coaching
plus
at 5 a.m. since September of 2020.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
so,
splitting it, but
So when do you have to wake up?
4:15.
Oh my gosh. And what time do you go to bed?
Anywhere between 9 and 11.
Oh wow. So not too consistent, but you wake up.
I try to be asleep by 9:30.
Okay.
But some days that just doesn't happen.
Yeah, well,
lately it's been 10.
Yeah.
And then Sunday I went to bed at 8.
So I have found when I turned something like 42, all of a sudden I could not stay up past 10. I don't know what happened, but the old gene kicked in and I smell like mothballs and I don't brush my teeth anymore, right?
Oh.
So whatever happens when you turn old, I'm like, and my eyes went bad. I'm like, what happened? And I pee all the time at night. So fortunately I wake up for that. But so let's get into this. So if you're giving someone advice, so I know it's almost 25 minutes into this and now we're gonna have people advice. So this is who you are, this is good. People wanna know you. So what would be someone I am let's say, I don't know, I'm a 40-year-old lady and I want to be healthy and fit. Should I check out CrossFit?
Yes.
And I'm a little nervous and afraid. Tell me about should I or shouldn't I be nervous or afraid?
Don't be nervous or afraid. You just come in and do you and listen to the coaches. And
do you have to be able to do pull-ups?
No.
No.
You don't have to be able to do anything.
You don't. Well, how about you have to be able to breathe?
Yes. But you don't have to be able to do any of the movements.
And the coaches do what?
We teach you through
they
it.
coach you through it. Yeah, it's weird. It's coaching, mentoring, and accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could not be able to squat, and we will
weirdly
Get you there.
teach you how to squat, which is how my buddy Cam got into CrossFit, which I did an episode with him. And of course, we've known each other forever, so we tangented. You're a math major. What's the past tense of tangent?
Tangented?
Maybe just tangent? Maybe there is no. Maybe it's future past. Yeah. So we tangented it a lot, but it all came down to his mom needed help with squatting, and to the, And so he's like, "What do I do?" I'm like, "Just go to a CrossFit gym." Okay, so someone says, "I can't do any of that. I'm not really fit enough to do CrossFit." Is that a thing?
No.
So if I'm not fit enough, what if I haven't done anything in 20 years?
It's totally fine.
It's totally fine?
Yeah.
So did you just call me fine?
Yes, I did. Anyone can do anything, whether you've never ran before or been sitting on the couch.
So let me ask you this. I've got an injury. My knee hurts. Can I do CrossFit?
Yes.
Should I wait until my knee finally
No.
Yeah. So at the age of 50, my friends who go, "I'm hurt, I'm not going to do anything until it's better," guess what they never do?
Come back.
They never do anything because they're like, it kind of still hurts, it's a little twingy. I tore the meniscus in my knee doing something awesome. What was I doing? I don't know. Insert awesome. I was slaying a dragon. I was mountain bike riding, so it's not really that cool, but it was still. And I got out of the clip and went, I'm like, I think that was my knee. I didn't go to the doctor, and here I am 6 years later, and my knee feels pretty dang good. I didn't do anything. I just kept doing strengthening, whatever. So if I hurt myself, I should stop and never do anything.
No.
If I have something that's banged up, can a coach help scale and modify?
Yes, always.
And then
That's what we're here for.
That's right. You're giving the really good answers.
Okay.
I know, this is good. That's right. I should pay you to say these answers. Okay, so what top thing would you tell somebody who's like, hey, taking that person, I haven't done anything in a very long time. What would you advise them to do?
Come in and move.
Just come in and move. Okay, so I'm really sore. I just did a thing and now I'm sore.
Come in and move.
Okay, so because it helps, right?
Yes. Yeah. Don't come in, do a workout, get sore, and then not come back for a week.
Because you will be messed up. It's so weird, right?
Yeah.
So
people always do that. They skip the next day because they're sore. It's better to move.
I tell people, hey, if you're sore, or even if you're not, come in and do the warm-up and the technical piece, and then just row for 20 minutes. Because it'll...
Just move.
Just move, yeah. So I tell my peers...
Or still do the workout. We'll just go lighter or slower.
So now that's
less
the problem.
Reps.
Like when we do Bring a Friend, and so this time someone said, don't change it. I want people to see what I really do. I'm like, all right, fine, we won't change the workouts. Next time we will. Because those friends were like, I told them, like, just do like 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Well, and that's the other thing too, is like, it's okay to change the reps and the weight and all the stuff. Like, it doesn't, it's better to do that than to die.
Or to do nothing, right?
So
explain this to me. So CrossFit, I thought I'm supposed to do exactly what they said exactly, RX, and then throw up on the floor.
No.
Right. So is the magic in necessarily doing the exact rep scheme, or what's the magic in CrossFit?
The magic is as long as you're getting the intended response from the workout.
Yeah. And so in general, constantly varied functional movements executed at high intensity.
Yes.
High intensity is super relative. If I come off the street,
yes,
maybe I do one round.
Intensity is a lot less than others.
But you feel like it is an 8.
It's the same to you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I always tell people if I had an intensity-o-meter, which doesn't exist, but if I did, or like a Whoop or whatever, and if like it says you were moving.
Yeah.
Then you were moving, even if you only did one round of whatever it was.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go the other way. Let's say I'm somebody like you. I did a lot of sports. My dad said I can play softball or lacrosse, and I totally did that. And then I jammed it in college, and I'm like, now what? Now what do I do? Can I be somebody who's relatively good fitness and then come do CrossFit?
Yes.
Okay, that seems like a no-brainer.
Yes.
But sometimes, like I heard somebody, who said it? Tom said, I was really nervous about CrossFit because I'd never really done the lifts.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'd never considered that. Like, dudes typically lift. I didn't really lift that much. And so I was like, whatever, that's something I'm gonna go learn. But there's a thing, like I'm nervous because I don't know what I'm doing. How do you overcome the nervous I don't know what I'm doing?
Just come in.
And there's a person in here that'll help?
Yes.
And what's she called?
The coach. I never lifted before. I mean, I had done like,
The bro things.
Yeah.
Powerlifting.
Well, yeah, like bicep curls, like the stupid stuff and leg presses.
Bicep curls are not stupid.
Well,
curls for the girls. Right?
No. Tries
I left
for
the
guys.
door open. I need to close. There's lots of noise in there. So what would you say is 3 things or a couple of things that you wish either like somebody would learn like for their health and fitness? So let's say I'm just an average Joe on the street. I meet you for lunch and I'm like, look, I just want to be healthier and fitter, healthier and fitter. I don't know. What's something that I could do?
move.
Okay, so move is one. I like that, and we're gonna dive into that. So I'm gonna write down move. Food. That's one of your things. Yep. What else could I do that would help me in my health and fitness? Food? And what about the food? Eat crap?
No, but just be smart, but also enjoy balance with the food.
Ooh, I like that. And so when you say food, am I looking to avoid something or add something?
I don't think you necessarily need to avoid something. Just be cognizant of, I don't know, even like portion sizes and stuff like that. Like sometimes less is more.
Yeah. Or drink some water beforehand.
Or drink some water.
Yeah. So it's funny, I was talking to Levi, and he was doing the Swole program talk, and he's like, there's a reason that teenage boys are skinny. It's because they don't know how to eat. And when you think you're eating a lot, guess what you're not doing? Eating a lot.
No.
And then he's like, on the converse side,
yeah.
On the converse side, it's true. If you're trying to lose weight, you probably should track it, because you don't know what you're really eating if you're not writing it down.
Yeah.
Did you ever use like a MyFitnessPal or something?
Yeah, which didn't work. Right now I'm doing just low carb.
Yeah. Ooh,
and it's helping.
That's me. What do you do low carb wise? What is the...
no pasta, no bread, no chips.
What about beer?
Yes.
Yes beer or yes to no beer?
No, I drink beer, but I drink Michelob Ultra, which is only like 2 grams of carbs or whatever, and not as much as I used to.
Yeah,
but
you could just go vodka.
I do rum.
You know what doesn't have carbs in it? Marijuana.
Rum doesn't eat rum.
Oh, rum doesn't? Okay.
Yeah, like white rum. But it's really just trying to not eat like processed junk.
What's the thing they tell you in the grocery store?
On the outside.
Yeah, around the outside, like the trailer park girls? So if you eat on the outside, you're eating things that typically don't have a wrapper, or if they're unwrapped, they pretty much spoil, like meat. Like, I guess if you unwrap it, that's skin, or vegetable if you unwrap it.
Yeah.
I
don't do fruit though either.
Oh, yeah, me neither. Why don't you do fruit?
There's a lot of carbs in fruit.
For me, it's super sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I love fruit, and I thought I would miss fruit, but I don't actually miss fruit.
If you ever need fruitiness in your life, just ask for my dad jokes. That's pretty stupid. Like that one. Yeah. That was bad. I tried to set that one up. Okay, so move-wise, let's say I haven't really done anything. What would you suggest? Like, hey, I need to do some sort of move. What should I do move-wise?
If you're not going to come to the gym?
Sure. Let's say I'm nervous. I just want to do something at home first. What do I do?
Go out and walk.
Okay, I like that. So what would you tell me? What's a goal or anything?
You start with a mile.
Oh, we'll start with a mile. Just give me a distance and go. See if you can do it. What if I'm 800 meters in, I'm like, oh man, I don't know if I can make it home.
Then turn around.
Well, actually, that's bad. If you turn around at 800 meters, that is a mile, isn't it? That doesn't work. But yeah, so that's right. So make it easy. Turn
then
around.
Just try to go further the next time.
Did I tell you about the mailbox challenge?
Oh, the next mailbox?
Yeah, you just pick a mailbox and go, and you're like, I don't feel it yet perfect.
Right.
So you ever heard of that thing, 75 hard?
Yeah.
I hate that because it's too many hard things. I would rather do 25 lukewarms. You're like, just give me some things that I can win. Give me small wins, right? It's like with your coaching basketball. You need to crush this team. Like, okay, well, I mean, there's a winner and there's a loser. And if you tie, so let me ask you this. If we tie, your team and my team, if we tie, is there a winner and a loser?
No.
Oh, there is. Let's say your team is ranked better. And we tie.
Then you're, yes.
And there's never a team that's not ranked better.
That's
right.
True, yeah.
So if we tie and you're a better team, I'm walking away with some smiles and some trophies and my girls high five, and they're over there tearing up because we tied, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think those, dang it, what's the acronym that they use? WISE goals? SMART goals. That's it. Oh, so specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time bound or something. Yeah. SMART goals. Okay. So those are actually good things. So what about if I am not, here's something practical, right? So if I feel like I don't sleep much, is there any recommendations or anything you would say about sleep? What would help me sleep better? How about drinking coffee right before bedtime?
Having an actual routine.
Oh, yeah. So does routine mean that you're boring?
No.
Routine helps, weirdly.
But have a bedtime.
Yeah.
So you're more consistent.
Yeah. So consistency builds to habit. Habit builds to compounding interest. And compound interest is what really does the work. So coming in here, just listening to the coach, I literally own the place. And I walk in and do I listen to you?
No.
I don't listen to you?
No, sometimes.
I don't? then throw a shoe at me. I just basically, unless I'm
It's not that you're not listening, it's that you're talking to somebody else, and so then you're not hearing.
My bad. Let me say, if you said, Andy, you shouldn't do that, do I tell?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's true. I am a social butterfly in here, which is funny. I like the people in here. When you build a place, happy, humble, helpful people, you tend to we attract the people we enjoy. And it gets all talkity. There's a lot more people that are doing chickens now. That sounds weird. There's a lot more people who are having chickens at their house. So Charity and Andrew have chickens, and she's like, "What do I do now?" They grew. They grow fast. And I'm like, "Yeah, put them outside." She's like, "Oh, well, of course. Why wouldn't I do that, right?" And we get talking about fun stuff. Now, how about this? What's one of the most unexpected things that happened when you joined the garage? Let me guess. Is it community?
Yes.
There you go. You said that to me before. What did she say?
That's right.
There you go. Right. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that. Well, we can hang out. Not me? She's just not me. Oh, man. That's true. Y'all never invite me to the girls' weekends, which makes me, no. Actually, I have to coach all the time. That's the hardest part. When you guys all go, I'm like, okay, deep breath. I'm coaching 9 classes. Actually, one time I changed it. It was something super complicated. There's 97 movements and it's super moving parts. And I was like, you know what? It's row of 5K because there's no way I can coach 9 classes and be anywhere coherent. So yeah, I actively chose smart for that one.
Well, and it is a community. Yes, as you can hear Jamie in the background.
Yeah.
It's the community. I met my best friend and my best friends here and
with the apostrophe, the plural. There's friends. There's people you hang out with.
Well, and I think that's the difference too between CrossFit and just something regular. Is when you're going to the gym, you're normally just going to a gym with your headphones in, doing your own thing.
And if I were to come up to you and say, "Hey, I think you're lifting wrong," what would you? If we were at a normal gym like a Lifetime or whatever, and I came up and spoke to you,
I would be, first of all, super weirded out. Second of all, I would probably listen to you because I wouldn't be sure.
Yeah.
But most people, if you approach them in a gym like that, they're like, F off. It's
go away.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
especially if I approach somebody, because I exude creepy. No, I don't. Not really. I try to when I know people, but not for real.
But here, so if you start coming and they don't show up, there's people who are like, "Hey, where are you?"
Yes.
And you get to especially if you come to the same class times and stuff, you kind of get your group of friends and your community, and so then it's more social time, not just workout time.
Speaking of community and people, so this guy right here, Jordan, who's already he was on the Cabal of Gardening podcast.
We were a secretive group.
Yep, he is very secretive. Nobody except now everybody knows about it, all 250 people. We now, D&D on Mondays, garden on Tuesdays. We go curling, which is, the Olympic sport, on Wednesdays. Oh, yeah. And then we have our drinking group, but there's no alcohol, on Thursdays.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah. So we do.
The distilled water was a bad idea.
Actually, that takes minerals out of you. Won't that kill you?
That's such a bad idea.
So you do meet people that are fascinatingly interesting, right? And I didn't know this until I talked to your wife, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, because I don't know.
Because that's your wife. They may not know that. That you almost didn't want to come to do CrossFit.
Oh, so Jamie joined 5-6 years ago for the first time with a friend. And she quickly latches on this is my life partner now. She
I love that. That's what she sounds like. She doesn't sound like.
Wherever we move, she finds a Polish lady. Here we haven't found one yet.
Oh yeah. My wife's last name used to be Brodzinski, so she just has to meet her.
Jamie's
that's totally not
mother's
true.
Maiden name was Yakovonia.
Oh yeah, they're best friends.
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah.
Well, she latched on and was like, "I'm going every day." So she went 5 days a week, and so her schedule was I get home from work, and she would fall asleep by 9, so she could get up at 4:30 to go.
What?
And I would just be like,
Where'd you go? Where did you go? Yeah.
So I just do all the kids stuff, and then she was like,
and they're like, "Come to CrossFit." You're like, "Fine, I will join this cabal of evil."
I was like, "There's no time for me."
You did, but you joined the cabal of evil. Here you are. Yeah.
That's.
And now we got all sorts of fun stuff. One day I'm going to learn how to play Warhammer, and the other thing that you guys did. Oh no, that was David that did the Axis and Allies thing. Yeah. It's hey, your microphone's still on, so it's going to record you in there. She's going to walk away and curse me.
Yeah.
We are. She just podcasted, but she left me. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, y'all be good.
My knees are still dirty.
Drink some coffee and stuff and things. Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
Yes. If you ever need mobile veterinarian work, Jordan's here for you.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Except when he's not.
Pigs.
No pigs. I like that. Yeah.
Don't have any of those.
You started, or let's go into this one. You started a business for yourself too.
won't necessarily say I started a business.
Okay, you found yourself in a business. You were so productive that you were like, let me create a business out of this. So when you are ready, she's so busy, she may not be able to take you, but if you need, say, I'm going to blow it here, bookkeeping. Yeah. Is that okay? Did I do the right word?
Yeah.
Finance stuff. Or if you just want someone to look at your account, so she has already found in my own account, she's like, Andy, you're an idiot. Why didn't you just, she didn't say it like that, but she's like, why didn't you just do this and do this and do this and save money? I'm like, oh, wow. I could have been doing those things to save money. I didn't even consider that. So having somebody look at what you do from an outside perspective, coaching, mentoring, can help give you advice. So whether it's in your business of bookkeeping or somebody coming into the gym, right? Mm-hmm. So having somebody else eyeball what you're doing, it's just a coach's perspective on what you need. And they can see because it's not you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in a nutshell, what does your business do? Bookkeeping? You're going to say one word? You got to use words. You can't use facial expressions.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, because like right now I'm doing stuff for the company that I used to work for. Yeah. So it's like a lot of things. But so it would just kind of depend upon what the business needed me
How about
to
this?
do.
If I'm looking to save money through my profit and loss sheet, that's you.
Yes.
Yeah. Or if I'm looking to just simply account for the money.
Yes. Also true. Yes.
It's you.
Yes.
Yes. So she does a lot of that stuff. So anything that geometry has played, do you look at things and be like, I'm going to take the, in my life, I say, hey, you could do the 3-4 or you could take the 5. You know what I mean.
Yes.
But I baffle people when I say that. Do you ever look at life and be like, I'm just going to take the 5? No, you don't do that? Okay. No. Then it's just me. I'm a very big, nerd sort of that type of guy. Okay, so you've been coaching for a very long time. We just established it's not 6 months. It's been 3 years. You have your level 2. We're all going to go get our level 2s in January so we can get yelled at.
Oh, and I'm super excited.
What is something in the world of coaching, an advice you could give to anybody, whether it's our member or anybody that's about to go to do CrossFit, or maybe they're already at a gym somewhere. What advice would you give them about being a good member, or not a good member, but to get the most out of class or the coach?
Listen to your coach.
So you paid for it.
Yes. Like when we tell you to do something or suggest something or, tell you what weight to do, listen.
Right.
So if we say, take weight off, listen.
And so why would you typically tell somebody, hey, take weight off? What's happening?
Because their form is awful and it looks like they're going to hurt themselves.
Okay, so it becomes a safety thing, right?
Yes.
So it's always safety, then it's form or function, I suppose, and then it's be able to actively do the weight that you're trying to do, and then it's speed.
Yes.
So if you do speed with a weight you can't control, then your form breaks down.
Well, there's no point in doing something wrong either.
Right. Well, there is. You want to cheat your reps.
Well, yeah. Also true. Yes.
That's the funny part for me. I'm over the part where counting reps is a big thing and cheating yourself. I'm like, I'd rather go slow and do it right and just not worry about the score. But it's also 15 years of CrossFit, right?
Yeah.
This is my actual squat. I'm squatting all the way down. It's just going to take me longer. Yeah.
Yes, going slow is fine.
Yeah. What else would you do? How about this? What about recovery-wise? Should you stretch roll or walk or anything like that?
Yes.
Yes. Well, a lot of people don't.
I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I walk, but I don't stretch or anything like that.
You don't?
You should. No.
Yeah. So do what I say, not what I do.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Don't follow suit.
So I always have my routine. I have about a 5-minute roll in the PVC pipe.
Yeah.
Because it hurts small.
Yeah. No.
No, you don't do any of that yet. But you guys are now walking what?
5 days a week.
5 days a week, and is it 9 miles a day?
2 miles a day.
2 miles. Okay. So I thought it was 1. So you guys are doubling it.
Yeah.
That's great. So when you get to the 1 mile and you're like, I'm tired, let's turn around. That's how you get 2 miles.
No, we go do laps.
Oh, laps?
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. But if you have accountability, super easy.
Yes.
And weirdly, you build it into a routine.
Yes.
And so does walking help your recovery?
Yes.
That is
I
weird,
think it has, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So doing things to help your body move helps.
Yes. I definitely think I've been less sore in my legs. I need to do something more with my arms.
Yeah, okay. So let's hit a couple more things and we'll be done with this. I know you need to go walking. If you bought that billboard that you saw CrossFit Garage on and you could put your message out to the world, what would your message be?
Oh, good God.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do that? Good God. I can't like that one.
No.
Good God or God is good. I don't know. Yeah. What would you put up there? It doesn't have to be mind-shattering or mind-altering. It could be...
I want 2 things.
Yeah.
You do you or mind your own business.
Oh, I like that. So mind your own business is a big social media thing. I like that one.
Oh,
Just
it is?
like,
Oh.
stop it. No, I mean, that could be a good one. Like,
Yeah.
look, stop. Right. Mind your own business. So I said something in a podcast with my kids. I'm like, Dad, you can't say that. I'm like, look,
Yeah.
everyone just needs to mind their own business. I'm from the 80s. Some of the words that people say, like I just learned recently, like drip is a thing. Like, oh, your outfit's drip. I'm like, I don't even know what that means.
So dumb.
And apparently if you are like on fire, you just say fi.
Yeah.
I'm like, because the extra syllable or the letter is too hard?
No, it's way too much.
Yeah. But I get it because we used to say face. And what does that even mean? You put your hand like face or talk to the hand or I don't know. It's just
safe face, yeah.
something. I don't know. People say it. Okay. So what was the first one? Mind your own business and
You do you.
you do you. Yeah. I like that one. Just be who you are. Be what you're like. Be like yourself.
Yeah, but also like you do you, but just do it.
Leave me
Doesn't
alone.
need- yeah.
Oh, I like that one. That's even better. Leave me
It
alone.
doesn't have to like be everyone else's
It doesn't.
issue.
Yeah. So Evie's was, I mean, she's only 14 and hers was like super insightful. It was, don't worry, nobody cares. I'm like, that's for a 14-year-old girl, pretty powerful.
It is.
But then you get wrapped into the emotions. It's much easier to be a 14-year-old boy because we don't know there are emotions. Yeah. Right? Chew on that one. Like, I didn't know emotions were a thing until I became around like 50. Are there any books or podcasts that you typically would recommend or any music?
I don't do either of those.
You don't do any, what do you listen to?
Music?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Or
all
just
sorts of
anything. Like
things.
if you're in your free time, what are you watching? Shows or?
Yeah.
What shows? Did you do Ted Lasso?
No.
'Cause that's a coaching
I don't
one
really
that I
do
think
like
you would really
comedies.
dig.
I do more like crime dramas or
Yeah, Who Done It?
no. Like I'm watching Justified right now.
Okay.
I just finished Nip Tuck.
So we did a Nip Tuck. Is that the plastic surgery?
surgery.
Yeah. That's an older one.
Yeah.
I like
so
that.
is Justified. Justified's older too.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did you ever, what was the other one? It'll come to me. That's what happens when
And
you
I
turn
watch
50.
TV shows while I work. It helps me focus.
That is weird. Yes, I've seen you do that. You're like doing 9 jobs at one time and you do them all really well. That's what I'm saying. People, if you're out there and you need someone that is like brilliant and can multitask while she's seeing your
I can multitask.
Yes. You're like a Windows with all of them open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 computer screens at home
And you
with the
just-
TV going.
And you are, yeah, she's a miracle of work. Okay, so that is Coach Dani. She is an awesome coach. She does the 5, 6, 7:30 currently. It's been super glorious to have her do the 5 a.m. because if it were up to me to do the 5 a.m. class, our first class would be 7:30. I wake up at 6 every day, no matter when I go to bed. I cannot wake up at 5 a.m. It just doesn't happen. But 6, bing, I'm up. So there's that. Any parting words? No, I like that. Just do you. No, drink more water. All right. Yes. Thank you guys very much. If you're interested in joining the gym, you can find us on website, CrossFitGarage.com. You can find Coach Dana on all sort of like TikTok-y things and Instagram and whatever. She's got all sorts of cool things. Don't take that off yet. Don't turn it off. You can take it off.
Yeah,
and,
I'm turning it off.
And yeah, so we'd love to have you here. And it's on. And yeah, San Dimas High School football rules. All right, y'all be good.